Last month I went to the doctors because something just didn't feel right. I was diagnosed with the fear of missing out, more commonly known as FOMO.
There it is.
You see, after telling everyone I knew that I wasn't interested in buying and playing the latest entry in the Fire Emblem series, Three Houses, I was caught up in a whirlwind of lust and naked jealousy when the reviews started coming out. Suddenly, everyone was talking about dispatch dates and pre-order deals, and even though I knew I'd been burnt by the series before, my willpower was crushed like an apple in a horse's mouth. Of course, I pre-ordered it, and of course I waited eagerly to play approximately 15 hours of the game and then abandon it like I've done with every other Fire Emblem game. Well, it turns out that Nintendo has pulled a mean, horrible trick with Fire Emblem Three Houses. They have made Fire Emblem one of the best games of the year.
Apologies.
But how did they do it? How did Nintendo take a series I've always lost interest in and made it so addictive that I managed to put 45 hours into my first playthrough and I'm already a few hours into New Game Plus? They did it by adding tea parties, by adding fishing and gardening, by letting you do some cooking with your students. To play Three Houses properly and get the most out of the game, you need to turn your students into a reliable fighting force. And the easiest way to do that is by becoming their pal. That's right, Three Houses should really be called Persona Emblem, or maybe Fire Persona, or possibly Persona, Fire Emblem, 3 Persona Houses. Although you can spend your days fighting or developing your skills, the best use of your time in the game is getting to know your students, spending time listening to their problems or giving them little gifts that help to lift their morale. The higher their morale, the more you can teach your students and the quicker your relationship can form. For my first playthrough, I taught the Golden Deer House, led by the mysterious and lush Claude.
You can't officially condone that sort of thing, right?
In terms of fighting classes to begin with, it offers a mixture of archers, magic users, and a couple of knights. As you teach your students, they'll come and ask your advice about their current class, and if you think another option might be more suitable, you can then choose to level up the relevant skills in that area. Except for a few character-specific classes, everyone is pretty flexible, although you tend to find that some characters are best overall in certain roles. Thankfully, you'll have plenty of time to try them out, because war is coming to the land of Fodlan. If I say the words tactical roleplay and turn-based battle, it's natural for some of you to get the kind of sweat that comes from sneezing a lot on a busy train or when you drop your phone. But don't worry, it's not as hard as you might think. When you head out to battle, you can quickly scope out the map to see what kind of units will be best suited. For me, I'll use a lot of archers and magic users, as their ranges tended to make the first few rounds of battle a little easier. Now your units are actually student characters and a battalion of soldiers. These battalions can be used to fight or stun larger enemies, like the monsters who will crop up from time to time, or they can give you passive bonuses. You equip them just like weapons to your characters and you can win the loyalty of new battalions through side missions. The fighting, at least to me, seems more straightforward compared to the last Fire Emblem game I played. You no longer have to worry about whether axe beats lance or sword beats bow, it's all about your combat arts. Powerful moves that, while reducing the durability of your weapons, can easily turn an encounter from a draw to an easy victory. You can even equip new skills, which mean that certain characters can get stat boosts against certain types of enemies. Although skill slots are at a premium, so you may want to use them to boost your HP or raise your chance at a critical attack. If you play the game like I did, on normal mode with permadeath turned off, the only issue you might encounter with the later battles is that they can be, well, a little on the easy side, as all your favourite units will be stronger than Kratos from God of War and twice as deadly.
Well, that's over with.
You can of course rotate through different units to try and increase the difficulty, but there's something very satisfying about watching an archer with a terrible bowl cut take down a significant enemy with one hit.
I did it! I did!
I'll be totally honest, there's really very little to criticise here. The story isn't spectacular, but it's fun and has some unexpected twists. Maybe some of the activities like fishing or planting lack a bit of depth, but there's plenty of other distractions to keep you entertained. So if we circle back around to my tortured introduction around 20 minutes ago, this is one of the few times that getting swept up in the hype around a game has actually paid off. It's also a testament to how well Nintendo are pitching their releases, when even the most difficult to sell games are being refined for wider audiences without sacrificing their core appeal. As for me though, I'm off to grab some antibiotics from the chemists before Astral Chain comes out, just to be safe.